elements. Like for example, the one I saw was the international the Mactan airport. Napakaganda dun sa spot na yon. It's like, oh my gosh, that's in Cebu. No, can't wait to visit that one. But before we continue, Justin, I got a question lang for Sir Art. Actually, again, Sir Art, if you would put up that martial arts school, please let me know so I can enroll and learn that beautiful roundhouse kick, no? Well, did you have any kind of background when it comes to these types of martial arts? Sir Art? All right, thank you.
Yan.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, well, I've dabbled in a few of them, lalo na Western boxing, So, pero pagdating din sa mga choreo and stunt scenes and fight scenes sa Almost Paradise, I had to relearn, start from scratch because it has to adapt to what's called for in the scene. Diba? I mean, you don't just fight. You have to fight knowing where the camera is. You have to fight knowing not to hit your scene partners or your stunt partners. And I just want to give a shout out to the stunt guys and the fighters in Almost Paradise. I mean, believe ako sa kanila. They really knew what they were doing at hindi sila takot patamaan. Minsan iba sa kanila tinamaan. May tamaan ako dalawa actually nag-sorry na lang ako pero sabi niya wala yun sir, okay lang. Pero may tama talaga, it was accidental. But that just comes from the heat of the moment and what are you going to do? It happens with every sort of fight scene like that. So, yun lang.
Nakaabang daw sila sa labas ng bahay niyo, Sir Art? I'm just kidding. All right, maraming salamat.
Lalabas ko na yung Red Horse, pare.
Good. All right, I want to ask Miss Sam, actually the beauty and brains of Mactan Police. And actually my family agrees that you give us that Angelina Jolie vibe, that Lara Croft vibe. I just want to say that my favorite episode is when you guys had to eat that local eel dish. I just forgot the name, but besides that one, there was a line wherein you said, not all Filipinos can be bought. And that struck me, okay? I'm sure there were a lot of new things that you got to experience during the set. But my question is, I just want to find out, what was your favorite?
My favorite? Oh my gosh. The most favorite experience for the whole shooting? That's wow. I guess just meeting everybody, the whole crew, and just the experience. Because it's true. The Filipinos really do have this whole communal, like family vibe, and I just really came out of this show with more family. And I think just meeting every one of these talented people is just definitely my favorite part about the whole show.
That's what you call kapamilya. Andito kami para sa'yo. Kapamilya forever. Kinilig. I don't know why. Let's get back to you.
Obvious kilig ka.
I know, Direk. We got the term right there, bakasi. That's a reef eel. Okay, Justin. Before I ask more questions, please take it away. Water.
All right. I'm going to read the next set of questions. It's sent by the entertainment editor of the Daily Tribune, Ms. Diana Ventura. She had to leave early for a commitment. But here's her question. The first is for Miss Sam. You have made an impact with your portrayal as a kick-ass detective in Almost Paradise. What were your can you share with us your previews or your recent projects and your upcoming projects as well?
Actually, before working on Almost Paradise, I didn't have any projects. I wasn't even thinking about being in the industry. So it was just something that was just a blessing in disguise. And
so this
I
is
was
your
just
project, technically?
Yes, it is.
Wow.
Yes. And I came into this project knowing that I was working alongside these heavy hitters. So with Dean and also working with the Filipino crew, I knew I was going to be working with the best of the best. So I really put my big girl pants on to try and make an impression. And I just had fun during this project along the way. So I'm very happy.
What about your upcoming projects? Did you accept or did bigger project follow after Almost Paradise?
No, none just yet that I can actually speak about, but hopefully very, very soon.
All right, thank you, Miss Sam.
Thank
The
you.
second question of Miss Dinah Ventura is to Sir Art Acuña. His question is, you played numerous roles in your career. How would you compare this one from those characters? Or was this a role you really enjoyed doing?
Yes, I really enjoyed playing Ernesto Alamares because maraming facets of his personality that are actually similar to mine. So that's what an actor does. He looks at the page, he looks at the piece of paper in front of him. There's a role written out, there are lines written out, but there's no character there. The character is really him. How can he adapt himself into what he sees on the page? You blend that piece of paper along with who you are and the mechanics you have as a human being, and then you come up with something. And I have to admit, there was something very calm and I wouldn't say easy, but accessible in the role. So playing him was I didn't feel like I was playing him. I felt like it could be him right now talking to you. You know what I mean?
Is it something different from what you previously did in your movies or series?
They're all different from each other. They all have differences, and I never really purposefully seek out what's similar or different. I just see it as something new. So I always start from step one, and then you build from there. So as to, yeah, it's one of my most favorite characters I've ever played, definitely.
Thank you, Sir Art. And for the last question, Rocky, it's for Direk Dan Villegas. What were the lessons you gained from working in a production such as this, local setting and mixed actors or international team?
Madami bro eh. Number one yung workflow, yung western workflow of doing things. Kasi kumbaga, dito sa atin, we have our own system of shooting. Tapos sobrang I was surprised on how professional the foreign actors were. I mean, pagdating nila sa set, super memorize na nila yung lines nila. You don't really have to read lines with them. I mean, sa script reading pa lang, supposedly reading, but they come in prepared and memorize na nila yung script. So, plus, I appreciated the whole process of it, na kumbaga everything is pre-approved before you shoot. So, ayun, actually, mga natutunan ko sa Almost Paradise, ina-apply ko na ngayon sa mga shoots ko dito sa Philippines, like yung show and tell, which is very important na everything is pre-approved before you shoot. So, ang dami ko natutunan eh, and I think you really just have to be a sponge and absorb everything, lahat ng positive na experience na nakuha mo doon. And syempre, iba din yung at the start, it was very intimidating eh, kasi di ba parang Hollywood level of production, tapos papasok ka doon. So yun, thankfully na-iraos naman. So ayun, thank you.
Salamat po, Direk Dan. Ayan, Robbie.
Yep. Thank you, Justin. I think our next friend from the media is all fired up. He's ready to ask questions coming from the Freeman Cebu. We got Miss Vanessa Balbuena.
And actually, she also asked me to read the questions.
Oh, okay. Iba yung text sa akin dumating eh. Okay.
Okay.
Maybe you can ask the questions.
It's also for Direk Dan. Ayan. What's your feedback with the Cebuano off and on-cam talent you work with? Yeah. Since Vanessa is from the broadsheet in Cebu, the Freeman.
Yeah, super fun sila kasama. Number one, super fun kasama yung mga taga Cebu. And hindi lang sila super fun, but they're also very professional. So, parang, for me kasi very important na you're working and having fun also. Eh. So, ayun, masaya sila kasama sa set. Parang, even the tougher shoot na parang sasakit na yung ulo mo, it becomes lighter. Because you're working with people who are very welcoming and super bait. So, sobrang thankful kami na parang the Cebu people are very nice and very welcoming and very professional.
And the next question is for all the cast members no, na nandito. What are the fondest memories of your time in Cebu, whether on-set or off-set?
Interested to find an answer and listen to like drinking bakasi soup or eating bakasi. Let's ask Sir Noni first. Sige. Sir Noni?
I have many fond memories of that my stint at Cebu. So maybe I'll just mention some. Well, one of my good memories would be like having Mr. Art Apuña as my neighbor and brewing coffee at 4 a.m. Yeah, and then making that coffee and sharing it with him. Then we have a really nice chat at 5 a.m. Because over here, old people, we don't get a chance to chat with other people at 5 in the morning. So
Sunrise Warriors right there.
So I had a really great buddy there. Yeah, Art, Mr. Art. I miss you, Art. My friends, co-actors, Sam. I miss Sam. I miss Sam laughing at me. Yeah.
Not with, laughing at you.
With and at. And of course, Christian, my co-actors, and of course, I have really great memories with the staff who are so professional and very caring. With the PAs, people from ABS-CBN, they were the cream of the crop over there. And because I knew them already from my years of working with ABS, it felt like it was like another home. So I can't really pinpoint a specific moment, but that's what I can share with you.
After this, you can develop like an Art Noni cafe. Brewing soon at 4 a.m. Miss, was there like a great memory which you will never forget in Cebu?
You talking to me?
Sorry. Miss S, but since you kind of threatened me a bit, let's go with you, Sir Art.
Okay. Well, definitely my time with Chika was my neighbor. One of the highlights. Noni just give a coffee at 5 a.m. Brings a sandwich to go with it. But wow, this guy is so freaking cool. And we also had nightcaps together after a shoot, and we didn't have to wake up early, have some whiskey, talk about our characters, the world. I mean, we talked about everything. So it's my fondest memories are very people oriented, and my time with Chico Campo is definitely a highlight. I talk about that all the time. It was a lot of laughs, a lot of insight, and I've been a fan of Noni for a very long time. So I mean, getting to know him more deeply as a person, and he became a friend of mine, was special for me. I salute you, Sir Noni. Rock and roll. So susunod.
Susunod ulit. Grabe, may Sunrise Warrior na, meron pang nightcap ha. Okay. Maybe quickly lang, Mrs. What's your favorite memory in Cebu?
I wish I had more time with my co-stars, like, no? Kaya lang kasi ang nangyari sa akin, I was a fly-in, fly-out. I had a fly-in, fly-out schedule because I had to do something in Manila. So I didn't have that much time to bond with them off screen. siguro ang pinaka-memorable sa akin is isa sa pinakamahirap na eksena siguro nagawa ko is that scene in the hotel lobby. Remember when I had to talk to Christian, that episode about the golf thing with Uncle Danny and all that, wherein I had a two pages yung sequence na yon, and it was almost all my dialogue. And I had to be able to do that scene and and had to land dun sa mga pitong marks, kumbaga. So, ang dami in English pa man din yun. Plus, I had a lot of business to do. In other words, I had to think of so many things, and I was so nervous because ka-eksena ko nga ang Christian. So, syempre, nakakahiya, di ba? Pagka hindi mo masyadong makuha. So, for me, that was one of the most memorable scenes that I did. Plus, of course, short only, yung palipad-lipad sa eroplano, I remember one time may bagyo and we had to take the last flight out of Manila just to get to Cebu to shoot. And for me, winawas-iwas kasi ere, but it was a fun and nakakatakot na experience. So there. Thank you.
Oh, that is what we call dedication. Dedication right there. Passion yan. Okay, Miss Sam, I'm interested to find out what was that laughing matter with Sir Noni. Were you laughing at him or with him?
Oh, in the scene. Yeah, no, I was laughing. Yeah, I'm laughing now. I can't even stop. It was just something Noni had said, because initially I think his line was supposed to be, what was it? I said book him, and then Noni's, and then Chico Campo's line was, love to. There you go. And then instead, one scene, Noni decides to yell, "Love it!" And he just made this face, and I couldn't hold it in. It's just, yeah. It was a fun time. But I wasn't able to hold it in. I apologize, Hannah, for a couple of good 5 minutes. but then we were able to carry on with the scene, thankfully. But Noni, I was laughing with you.
Just to be clear.
Okay. I believe you.
And I always laugh with you, Noni.
Yes.
I love to laugh with you.
Well, let's continue the laughter as we get to answer more questions, I guess, coming from our friends from the media. Justin?